Hi again, it's Wednesday, January 27th. Today, for our SEL lesson, we are going to talk about how we can celebrate all cultures and the differences among cultures. Your culture is what makes you you, as far as where you're from, what traditions you have, maybe how you celebrate things, the foods you eat, and so on. And our cultures are part of our daily life. And so we're going to read this book that kind of talks about some different cultures and how we can learn to accept and celebrate all of them. So let's listen. Chapter 1, what is a culture? Well, I kind of just told you. Have you seen foods from a different part of the world at a grocery store? Maybe you've tried foods from different countries, like a kebab that you see pictured there, a taco, and what's called pho, which is, I just found out recently what that was. Have you heard people speak other languages? Maybe you've looked at paintings at a museum. Food, language, and art are all part of culture. Culture is a way of life. It is what makes us who we are. Music, clothing, and celebrations are all part of culture. So is how people act and behave. Do you hug people when you greet them? This is part of your culture. But in some countries, that is not the part of their culture. That's not the norm. That's not the routine. Your community may have a lot of different cultures. Deepa speaks Hindi. She celebrates Diwali with her family. Sophia and her family speak Spanish. They celebrate Day of the Dead. The world is full of cultures. And if you don't know what Diwali is or the Day of the Dead, that's something that you could look up, do a Google search on, and learn a little bit more about what countries celebrate those holidays. Chapter 2, learn and respect. You can learn about others' cultures. Didn't we just say that? This helps us understand others, and it's fun. Kids in Gio's neighborhood play baseball. Gio teaches others how to play. Juanita shows them how to play soccer. Sports and games are part of their cultures. The sports they play are different, but their love of sports is something they have in common. When we learn more about it or experience other cultures, it helps us respect them. Kim listens to music from another part of the world. She looks up videos to see how people dance to it. Do you know someone who celebrates another culture? I bet you do. Ask him or her about it. Find the similarities and differences between your cultures. You may find out that you are more alike than you think. Getting to know others can help you appreciate other cultures and your own. Chapter 3, share and celebrate. You can share your culture with others in many ways. Charlie's school is having culture night. Charlie shows others how to do a hip hop dance. Maya teaches her classmates sign language. Some are nervous they will mess it up. Maya encourages them to try it with her. She has patience with them and slows down the signs. Shan is Chinese. Her friends come to her birthday party. She eats very long noodles to celebrate. Emma is Australian. At her birthday party, she shows her friends how to make fairy bread. Fairy bread. How do you celebrate birthdays? Well, most of us would probably say that we have a birthday cake, maybe ice cream, maybe balloons, a couple of gifts, but there's some different traditions in different countries. I've never heard of fairy bread. That makes me want to go and do some more research to find out a little bit more as to what that looks like or how to make it. It looks like bread and sprinkles. Culture is everywhere. It's part of our everyday lives. Learning about other cultures is fun, and it helps us understand and appreciate others and ourselves. Whether at school, on a sports team, or at work, when you grow up, you'll have to work with all sorts of people. get to know them. When we accept everyone, we can work together to accomplish so much. So someone may not look like they could be a good friend, or maybe you pass along a certain judgment of somebody and know without really getting to know that person. And then once you get to know them, you realize that maybe you have a lot of things in common and they really are nice people. So look beyond the surface and you might end up with a new friend. And that's the end of our book. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Be kind, be accepting.